dioceses throughout the world. Your commitment today will build on decades of gospel-inspired hard work, allowing communities and their children a better future. St. Damien of Molokai followed Jesus' example of reaching out to lepers. This story from India is about the Church reaching out today to people with leprosy and the new leprosy, HIV/AIDS. Though this is a good news story, some of the images are confronting.
India, an ancient Hindu land of more than 1 billion people. It's an emerging economic giant, yet more than 75% of its people live below the poverty line. Some of the hardship is heartbreaking. Shankar knows hardship. He has lived with leprosy most of his life and endures the rejection and stigma that surrounds it. Leprosy will be largely eradicated within 20 years. Shankar and others in the village are no longer contagious, but they remain outcasts. Prejudice and fear have locked these families into a life of isolation and missed opportunities. Shankar's village sits beside the railway line, on the rural outskirts of Pondicherry Diocese. Many of the older people here remember life when they were literally living on the streets. Their lives changed in 1981 when the church helped build their simple homes. It was the beginning of a long partnership of care and support. Shankar's nephew Ravi is a living example of that partnership. He can't attend the local school. Children of lepers are not welcome. His only chance of a good education is to study at a distant Catholic school. The cost is more than his family could ever afford. So for 30 years, the church and dedicated missionaries have supported the families materially, emotionally and spiritually. For Ravi and the other children, this means a brighter future. During school holidays, the young people return home, staying connected with family, finding esteem, dignity and faith among the people who love them. In 2008, the Clooney sisters built the St Joseph Care and Support Centre right beside the village. Partly funded by Catholic Mission, it is the first local centre to provide long-term care. Those in greatest need are helped first, regardless of religion, in a land where only 2% are Catholic. Sister Cecily, a nurse and centre administrator, sees her work of reaching out as core to the gospel and her faith. She is a modern-day Damien of Molokai.
So our mission now is reaching out to the unreached by our action, by our work, by our love.
The work is confronting. Cecily and the dedicated staff are inspired by the example of Jesus, who reached out to lepers, the rejected of his time. One staff member, Segal, is a layman and counsellor who chose to leave his city job to work here at St Joseph's. Segal's challenge is to help families manage disability, illness, and especially the emotional hurt many feel. For some of his clients, the emotional hurt has deepened with a new health crisis, a new leprosy, HIV/AIDS.
People are in the sickness. They are very hurt, very hurt from the families, from the husband or wife, the relationships. They are very wounding. I am not afraid to reach out to them. I am very happy to walk this field because any other job, any other office side is normally to go. This only the path of Jesus walk.
In the state of Tamil Nadu, where we filmed, there are already 500,000 men, women and children living with HIV/AIDS. The centre has responded with long-term beds for those with leprosy, AIDS and mental illness. Cecily has seen too many people rejected by family. At their lowest moment, some are left on the streets to suffer and die alone. The need for beds will only grow in the future.
Come, you see.
Cecily is struggling to provide food security for the centre's clients. After careful planting, a long period of drought has seen the garden fail and they desperately need a water well. The kitchen is makeshift and struggles to provide meals for patients and villagers who cannot look after themselves. There is an urgent need for separate men's and women's wards.
So this is the place where we wanted to have a male ward with 10 beds and bathrooms, toilets attached.
When funds permit, the new ward will provide much-needed additional beds. The next closest long-term facility is 300 kilometres away. As our story nears its end, we move to the city of Nellore, 1 day's drive north. Bethsaida is a success story of how long-term care can transform the lives of people living with leprosy. The church began this work and has been supported by Catholic Mission for more than 40 years. The children no longer live in fear of being discriminated against, and the wider community now understands leprosy in a new way. The Bethsaida Centre provides a full education, pastoral, spiritual and healthy living. Pushpa completed her primary schooling here and is now able to study at the local high school. The barriers of fear and ignorance have been broken down. So what are Pushpa's hopes for the future?
I want to study hard. My dream is to become a nurse and to look after people.
Among the achievements here at Bethsaida is the spiritual journey many have travelled. Father Philip lives among the people full-time and has seen their faith firsthand. Sharing the Eucharist with those who have such courage and faith is always humbling. There is now a brighter future for the children of Bethsaida and St Joseph's. It's because of the faith and gospel-inspired hard work of men and women who are reaching out and giving life. That future is supported by you through Catholic Mission. So what message do the children of Bethsaida have for us?